Dandadan.
Dandadan, 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 dandadan.
And with that, I'm gonna pass this one over to Brian.
All right, so the Dandadan, chapter 182, something's taking the bait. The chapter starts off with um a woman waking up in the middle of a kind of I don't even know where this is. Have we seen this place before?
It feels like some kind of weird wasteland.
Yeah, some
Oh, it looks like
wastelandish.
you remember where they met that ghost that Ira is possessed by?
Acro Silky.
Yeah, it kind of looks similar to that. It's like kind of an abandoned warehouse or
Yeah, a
something.
little bit.
So this woman wakes up. Have we ever? I don't think we've ever seen her before, have we?
No,
No. Stark
Uh,
naked.
I
too.
will
Yeah.
say that her suit is familiar. She seems to be one of the aliens that attacked Okotsu. Not Okotsu, sorry, Okarun.
Oh, one of the army people.
Yeah, remember when they all pulled up and jumped him?
Yeah.
I think she was one of the aliens.
Okay. So she wakes up. She has like a crosshair for one of her eyes.
Very edge.
She's covered in
Pretty cool,
scars
actually.
from head to toe. And she is approached by Saint Germain, the teacher and the head counselor for the extra the whatever it's
Space
called club.
people.
Yeah, not the space people,
Wait, isn't
but
he an alien?
he's kind of an alien, but he's head of the paranormal activities club as well. So there's that too. And he goes, so you're awake. Is that something you dropped? And she looks over and sees the armor that Christian talked about earlier. And he says that it's no good and that she should get a new one. To which she replies, what does he want? And essentially he's trying to recruit her to doing something for him. And basically he kind of convinces her to helping him by saying that there's no way that she'll be able to get off of this planet without his help anyway. So essentially that's how he enlists her. And the chapter moves on past that conversation like it never fucking happened. So last week we didn't cover it, but what's this guy's name again?
Umbrella Boy.
Yeah, I forget what Umbrella Boy's name is. Let me see. Zuma.
Yeah, Zuma.
So Zuma showed up last chapter because the guy who got out of the cursed box from the previous arc has been rapidly aging. And it turns out that old guy was actually a kid when he went into the cursed box, and now he is literally a grandpa. So they're trying to find a way. Oh, and his family didn't accept him back because they don't believe that that's their son. So
Yeah, only
trying to
4
find-
years passed since the kid like was gone,
Mhm.
but he grew way faster within that box.
yeah, so he came to them to try to find a way to reverse the aging. But Jin and what's this girl's name again? I keep forgetting her name.
Ira?
Ira. Jin and Ira
Gigi.
show up. Gigi, yeah, same thing. They both show up, and while these guys are having conversation, they get the wrong idea, and they start a fight with Zuma. But they quickly break up the fight and choose to work together, and we pick up from this scene with tensions still being kind of mixed. Jin and Issa don't really trust Zuma, so they're kind of glaring daggers at him. Zuma doesn't give a fuck, but his friend is kind of like, what's their fucking problem? So the whole vibe of this squad is completely fucked right now. And Ayase is trying to kind of get people to kind of knock it off as they get home to Seiko's house, where they meet Manjiro, who's like Seiko's assistant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the same town that Jin is from.
They meet Seiko and she's covered in bandages and shit, which obviously makes Ayase worried about her. And she's packing her bags. So she kind of lets them know that they're headed to they found a lead on bringing Ayase back to normal and that everybody should get ready to go. So Jin and Issa are tagging along. Zuma is also tagging along because shit's kind of going south for this kid. But just as they are getting ready to leave, what's this guy's name again? The
Umbrella Boy.
Oh,
Your
the
favorite
chubby
character,
dude. The nerdy chubby kid.
Quinta.
Quinta.
Quinta the goat.
So Quinta shows up on on like a little space glider kind of thing, and he informs us that they found a teacher who blackmailed Yukishiro, who is the girl that like in the past 3 chapters ago who tried to steal Ayase's power with the knife. He informs them that they took her to the gym and that the class rep is keeping an eye on her during the situation. So the gang tries to kind of postpone this trip, but Seiko says that they have to go because there's going to be a supermoon and they need to be on time for the hours of the ox on the day of the supermoon. So the team has to split up in this moment. So they split off into 2 groups. Issa, Okarun, and Quinta stay behind, while Ayase, Jin, Zuma, and Seiko go off to undo the curse put on the kid and also Ayase. And as Okarun's group blasts off to go give reinforcements to class rep, we see her we cut to class rep and she's kind of peeking over the corner, kind of keeping an eye on the situation. And behind her is a giant muscular figure shrouded in darkness. And that's where the chapter ends.
Oh my god.
Chris, what are your thoughts?
I really like this chapter. I'm very excited. I love when we get teams splitting off, characters splitting off to do different things. I like the dynamic here. Quinta is involved, so goated chapter already.
Well, it's been a while since he's done something, right?
He doesn't really need to do much for me. It's just his faces, the faces he makes, and the things he says makes me laugh. He's just like one of my favorite characters.
I mean, the way he even fell.
Yeah, the way he even fell, and the way he's crawling on the ground like that, just like, god dang it. He's such a like absurdly drawn character that I can't help but love him. But I'm excited for what's to come. I wonder if this guy behind the class rep lady is the gym teacher we saw. Because he's such,
I thought so too.
He reminds me of like that build and that head shape, the hair, the way it goes up like that.
Yeah, the
It's
hair
like,
spiked
kind of
up.
reminds me of that guy.
Yeah, maybe this is a misdirection.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be. But yeah, I'm excited to see what's going on. A lot of the characters are going with ISA. There's Gigi, there's Vamala. Zuma's going with the old guy. It's all interesting stuff. I don't
yeah.
remember who this blonde kid is. Did he have any specific powers?
I think he's just a kid that goes to Zuma school.
Okay. He'll probably get powers too. It'll be super cool.
Oh, and the police dad is heading over is like keeping an eye on Seiko too, I think.
Oh, nice.
So there's going to be like a pretty big ensemble going to that place.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the main climax of this arc is probably going to take place where ISA is. But this will be cool to see how this turns out as well. I do love that Ira is low-key kind of... She is like very much the leader of this group, I feel. She's like takes the most responsibility. She's always first in line to fight. I think Ira is kind of an underrated character in my mind because she's like always ready to scrap.
Yeah, I mean, right now,
he is always ready.
with Okaroon not having his power, she kind of is like the powerhouse of this team. So
Yeah, and she's always been one of the stronger characters as well. Like she just says the front lines and she always takes the responsibility. So Ira's kind of underrated. I'm excited to see her
She
go.
can take a beating too. Like she's not frail.
No. But yeah, I really like this chapter. But those are all my thoughts. I'm excited to see what happens next. I'm glad the arc is getting into full effect. Josh, what did you think?
So in what I think was my panel of the week, the very last panel of this tall figure watching her from the background. That shit was crazy.
Wait, which one?
On the last page.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Remember what I talked about Sakamoto? Like, oh, this is like a Sakamoto chapter. Like that engulfs everything in the series. This panel right here, I feel like is Dandadan. Like,
Yeah.
it's so fucking weird and creepy, but also kind of like funny.
They
'Cause
do it all the
like,
time.
No one's about to die.
They do this all the time where they will just have a page that's like deeply unsettling, but also like very weird.
And you know what's interesting is that the characters themselves always have the same stupid expression, but then it's juxtaposed by the most detailed and like off-putting thing you'll ever see. It's so odd. like
It's like it reminds me of One Piece.
Yeah.
They do that too.
It's so funny. Like this expression that Class Rep has, literally every main character has that face. Literally every main character.
Yeah, I mean, it's capturing the very second they notice something weird. Before it really registers in their mind, and then something weird is like something even weirder is in the horizon or right behind them.
Yes,
they're like, wow, that's really weird.
Behind her.
They're like, wow, that's really weird. And then the thing behind them is even weirder.
It's so good.
Yeah, I really like how much attention all these characters get in Dandadan. It's a nice vibe. It's a nice feel. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the series doesn't take itself too serious at all. It has a goal in mind, and its goal is not to just hurry up and reach an end point. I think it's to just have fun, arc by arc. That's what I like about it. And yeah, I mean, we about to have the characters split off. I mean, she getting crazy. I don't know if we're gonna see. I think we're just gonna continue to see what's happening at the school, and whatever happens with Momo. What's her name? What's her actual name? Ayase. Yeah, whatever happens with Ayase, it's just gonna happen like off screen or whatever. It's not gonna take like priority at all. We'll probably see bits and pieces. I'm down for that. Okaroon does not have his abilities, right?
Yeah.
But maybe he could use some of that shit that Taka's using. What's his name?
Quinta?
Quinta, thank you.
Oh, the
nanobots.
memory shape. Something.
Yeah, maybe he could use some memory shape foam.
Yeah.
to create super nice insoles for his sneakers.
So he
would be
can
nice.
run fast.
I mean, he could probably, it won't help him run faster, but he'll feel a lot more comfortable. I'll tell you that.
I feel like
So,
this is
yeah.
going to be a moment where he has to find a way to make an impact on his own. He's already felt the weight of losing Turbo Granny. So in this moment, I feel like, you know, Ginta and Issa are going to be doing all the heavy lifting, and he's going to be kind of trying to figure out where he kind of fits into this group now that he doesn't have that, you know, impact that he used to. So we'll see some development out of him. So kind of be like a moment where Ayase is coming back to being herself, and Okaroon is kind of rediscovering himself in a way. So I think that's interesting.
Yeah. Were those all your thoughts, by the way, Josh?
Yes, it was.
All right. Brian, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, this was a pretty nice chapter. I already kind of dipped my toes into what I wanted to talk about, but I was pleasantly surprised to see Zuma back so soon. He was actually like a really cool character last arc. I'm a bit bummed out that he grew out his hair. I kind of liked his more punk hairstyle from the previous arc, but then again, you know, I'm still a big fan of him. I'm a huge fan of how like his umbrella abilities and shit. It's pretty sick. So hopefully we get to see more of that. Considering how many people are going to be on Team Ayase, the scale of the shit that's about to go down over there is probably going to be fucking crazy. I'm not going to lie. Whatever happens at Ayase's side is going to be fucking bonkers because of how
the
many
Umbrella Kid's going too. I forgot.
Yeah, it's gonna be. They have a lot of fucking heavy hitters going over there. So just the fact that there's that much shit, that many powerful people going over there, it's gonna be fucking crazy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's not going to be an easy task.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be wild. So like team Issa is probably gonna have the lighter load, so to speak, on their end compared to the other guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are all my thoughts on Dandadan. Fun chapter this week. Can't complain.
Yeah. Dandadan rules.